Yes, hello everyone. Good evening. Welcome to another session of Paper One Life's revision. Welcome you to babies. Hello. Everyone is joining, I think. Yes. I can see the chats here. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. Welcome. Welcome you to babies to another session of Paper One Live revision. So the exams are nearing. Just maybe like it is starting from the 21 or 22. So those who are writing the exam, net exam, NTA net exam, that's just 3 or 4 days that you have. Yes, good evening. Good evening. Those literature guys that you have, I think you have 7 days more or 8 days more for the exam. 8 days more for the exam. Yes, I'm very fine. Hello. Yes, I'm very fine, Neha. Thank you. Good evening. Good evening, Rupam, Neha, Sangini, Lakshmi, Anna, Lokesh, Arpida. You can see the chats. How is your studies going on? Is it going good? So, to my students, I was telling that you focus on your paper two and you just practice the paper one maths and DI, and that strategy to work out where like you should not give much more emphasis on paper one, but there is only 50 questions that is for paper one, and there are 100 questions for your subject concern that is on the paper two. So basically towards the end of the exam, or like when you near to the exam, what you want to do is give more emphasis to paper two, and paper one attend more revisions. That is why Vallath is giving you revision sessions. So we are here with the paper one revision for today, and we'll be doing marathon revisions as we promised. Okay, so what you want to do is just focus on paper two now, and paper one do revisions, and maths and DI give a everyday touch. So that's what's the strategy I want to tell to you. If it works out, it is good. But if you have your own strategy, you can work upon that. But paper one, you do revision, like what questions and all PYQs and all, you revise it. Then from there itself, you can get some short parts. So from that itself, you can score 30, 35 questions correct. So that's the next 10 questions is like how you do revisions. Okay, so that is what. So regarding with the paper two, you give more emphasis, and with the paper one, do revision. So Vallath is giving you live revisions, and we will give paper one marathon revisions too. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that compliment, Kilan Singh. So thank you there. So we'll start the revision now. Yes, are you ready? Yes. So it is NDNet paper, NDNet revision paper one. Can we move on to the first question? Ready? Chats? Yes. So first question. Statement level questions are there. Statement will be asked. A good hypothesis must have conceptual clarity and testability. Statement 2. A null hypothesis is stated as a prediction about the outcome of the study. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. It's like both statement 1 and 2 are true, both statements 1 and 2 are false. Statement 1 is true and but statement 2 is false. 1 is false, but statement 2 is true. So what is the option that you can go with? So it's here like when you work out with the research aptitude part, you should read the questions once or twice. Then only it will be like, it will work out. Yes, option A, both statement 1 and 2 are true. Okay, so you're telling that this 1 and 2 are true. Okay, one is saying that option 3, the statement 2 is false. Okay, so we'll check the answer now, guys. A hypothesis that should be it should have conceptual clarity and testability. It is very mandatory that a good hypothesis, that is the characteristics of hypothesis, That's one of the characteristics of hypothesis. It should have conceptual clarity. What do you mean by hypothesis? It is a tentative statement that you make by your research variables. So the research variables that you already selected, you do your literature review and you come to a tentative statement, or you make a statement made based on some evidence. Okay, that is what you call hypothesis. And it's a statement, it's a statement type thing, hypothesis. So a null hypothesis, that means you will be having your original hypothesis that is called your alternative hypothesis, and you will state a hypothesis which is contradictory, which is very contradictory to the alternative or your original hypothesis. That is what you call as null. For example, if a medicine is found out to cure a specific disease, it will be your original hypothesis will be this medicine is good for cancer, or this medicine will cure cancer, and your null hypothesis will be just opposite. This medicine does not have any effect on cancer, like that. So a null hypothesis is stated as a prediction about the outcome of the study. Is it like that? No, it is not predicted as the outcome. It is against the outcome of the study. Like, that's it. So it is like null hypothesis is stated as a prediction. It is false. Statement 2 is false. That is why I told you, read the question very clearly and then go with the answer. Fine. Yes, that's also you learn from mistakes. So read, take time and then answer. You have 1 minute for each question, more than 1 minute for each question for paper one. So just take time and read and then go with the answers. Next question. A 270-meter long train takes 24 seconds to cross a pole. If it takes 1 minute to cross a tunnel, then the length in meter of the tunnel is. So we have the options there: 507, 405, 510, and 408. Yes. Yeah. Guys, what is the answer? That can you just try it out? Like, it will be very good that if you try. Yes. Sangini, you're right. Alternative hypothesis will be the prediction. Like that. Your original hypothesis will be the prediction of the outcome. That was regarding the last question, guys. Guys, please share the live revision video to your friends, live revision video to your friends. Also, let them also learn. NTNet people, those are the aspirants, your friends. Okay, let them also learn. So here, it is a train and speed, all those questions, like it crosses a pole. So what happens when it crosses a pole? It is the length of the train is given as L. It is given as 270 meters. So when the length of the train 270 meters is given and it crosses a pole, you can take L as D. So L can be like taken as distance. Okay, D covered, and the time taken is 24 seconds. So what is the speed of the train? You can directly find it by the formula d by t. Speed is equal to distance by time, that is 270 by 24. 270 by 24. That will be that is in meter per second. Distance is equal to, the speed is equal to that. And now it take 1 minute to cross a tunnel. So regarding with the tunnel, what happens? Regarding with the tunnel, the time is actually 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. That can be converted to seconds, 60 seconds. Why I am converting it to seconds? Because all other units are in seconds and meters. So just convert minute to seconds, that is 60 seconds. Now, what will be the distance? Now the distance, if it crosses a tunnel, the distance should be added, that is 270 plus the length of the tunnel. I will take it as x. Okay, so let the length of the tunnel be x. So length of the tunnel. So length of the tunnel be x. So L length of the tunnel be x. So length of the tunnel is equal to x. So the total distance will be 270. That means the length of the train plus the length of the tunnel. The same happens with the bridge. Whenever it crosses a bridge, whenever it crosses a platform, like that. Clear? So D, it is given as 270 plus x. We have speed is equal to distance by time. Right. We already have speed. What is speed? 270 by 24 is speed. Right. And the distance by time here is 270 plus x by 20. Sorry, time is here given as 60. So just you can take this 270 into 60 by 24. Okay. Then here will be 270 plus x. Right. So this will be cancelled in 12. So it is 2. And then here it is can be cancelled in 12. It is 5. So 270 here, so it can be cancelled, divided by 5, it will be 135. So 135 into 5, it is 5, 7, 675 is equal to 270 plus x. So x obviously will be equal to 675 minus 270. It is actually 405 will be the answer. So the length of the tunnel will be 405. Are you getting the answer? The length of the tunnel will be 405. Yes, that is the answer. Yes, guys, are you understanding? Yes, 405. So many have answered it as 475, 405. So whenever the train is crossing, it's like 270 plus x. That means the length of the train plus the length of the platform or length of the tunnel or length of the bridge should be added. Then it is okay. So when it crosses a pole, the distance is same as the length of the train should be taken because pole is having a negligible length. And also when it crosses a man, okay, like that. Or when it crosses a signal post or something like that. Okay. So this is the answer. So I think you got it. Can we move on to the next one now? The next question. Consider the following statements in a square of the opposition of propositions and pick the correct answer. A being given as true, O is false. E being given as false, I is false. I being given as true, E is true. A being given as true, E is true. So what happens with the square of opposition? It's very mandatory, that's very important that you study square of opposition, guys. So your answers, please. It's very important that you study the square of opposition because it will be asked in the like a logical reasoning part. So what can you say about the square of opposition diagram? That it is A is here, E will be here, I is here, O is here. So these are different types of propositions. A type, that is the universal affirmative. E type, universal negative. I type, particular affirmative, and O type is particular negative. Okay, like you know the basic form. A is all SRP, E is no SRP, like that. So they have a contrary relationship, like, okay, contrary. And they both, like AO, IO will have a contradictory relationship, contradictory. Okay, they too have subcontrary relationship, all those relationship you know. And they too have subaltern relationship. Okay, these are very important in the part of logical reasoning, subaltern. So here A is true, O is false. That means if A is true and O is false, that means contradictory means if one is true, other must be false. So that is correct. So that the first option we got correct. And when E is false, I cannot be false because they are also contradictory. I being given true, E is true. No, obviously no. They are also contradictory pair because it should be opposite. If A is true, E cannot be true. If A is true, E must be false. That means the contrary says that it both cannot be true in contrary. Both cannot be true. If one is true, other must be false. So if A is true, E must be false. Okay, the first statement is correct there. So the square of opposition you should learn. I cannot teach you the square of opposition within 5 minutes now. So just an idea. So I think you already know that. So just a revising I gave. So if A is true, O is false, that is the correct statement, guys. Yeah, so many have given the right answers, saying contrary and all. Superb. You know that. Superb. Going to the next one. Can I? The development and implementation of integrated circuits was a primary characteristics of which computer generation? So computer generations are important in the ICT part. You should learn which generation is focusing on which development. So the IC chips, that means integrated circuits, IC, was a primary characteristics of which computer generation? Is it a first generation, or is it second generation, or is it third generation, or is it fourth generation? I'm checking for answers in the chats through the mobile. The answers are coming like third. Superb, guys, superb. You have learned. That is it. This shows that you have learned. Okay, this time you all will crack JRF through YouTube. My YouTube babies will crack JRF this time. It is in the third generation. You're obviously right. That is in the third generation. Okay, good, great going. Next one. Which of the following is correct regarding the learner-centered approach? Every time when I do the revisions regarding the teaching aptitude, there are many revisions done in the teaching aptitude part. I used to tell that the learner-centered approach and the teacher-centered approach, all those are important, but give emphasis to learner-centered approach. It's important. First option is teacher acts as facilitator and guide, encourage learners to create their own understanding, create real world and authentic learning experiences. Which one? Which one that you think that it is a learner-centered approach or it is correct regarding the learner-centered approach? Read the question, read the statements twice or thrice, then go with the options, right? You think all it is D. Everybody saying it as D. Like everybody telling it as D. You studied teaching aptitude also. That's what. Why should I go with an option which is against you? I will go with you. That is 1, 2, and 3. Very correct. So teacher acts as a facilitator and guide. Obviously, learner center only a facilitator and guide because a support is given, a guiding, not a like it's not a like a primary role is given to the teacher, right? Encourage learners to create their own understanding, correct? Create real world and authentic learning experiences, also correct. That's what. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Communication question. A persuasion plan of an educational communicator involves sequencing of ideas, a repeated emphasis, choice of words, reference line, personalization of issues. Okay. So the persuasion plan of an educational communicator. Think regarding educational communicator. I'm an educational communicator, maybe like, okay. So what is the persuasion plan of Jobin sir? Okay. What is that? So educational communicator, sequencing of ideas, repeated emphasis, choice of words, reference line, personalization of issues. Is it personalization of issues? You think it is BCD? Yes, some answers like it's BCD. Okay. You think it's repeated emphasis is there, choice of words is there. Okay. So you think that there is choice of words. So you got C because C is everywhere. Yes. So the answer goes with A, C, and D, where sequencing of idea is there. And repeated emphasis is not there with the educational communicator. Choice of words and then reference line is there with the persuasion plan. Okay. That's it. Which of the following indicates the objective of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change? What is the other name for UNFCCC? From a question of people, development, and environment, what is the other name for UNFCCC? I want every YouTube babies to tell the answer in the chat box. Other name for UNFCCC. So, which indicates the objective of UNFCCC? Is it to stabilize greenhouse gases concentration in the atmosphere? To prescribe limits on greenhouse gas emissions, to lay down enforcement mechanism, to prepare guidelines. So what is the like objective of UNFCCC? I want the the other name for UNFCCC. So I'm checking for the answers. Come on. Yes. Answers are coming. Very good. Yes. Answers are coming. Super. Okay. Super. Yes, super. Kyoto. You think it is Kyoto Protocol, UNFCCC? Or Earth Summit, which is that? United Nations Framework, it's Rio Summit. It's also called Earth Summit. Rio de Janeiro, it has happened. What is that? What was it for? It was for to stabilize the greenhouse gases concentration in the atmosphere. That's it. Okay, to stabilize the greenhouse gases concentration in the atmosphere. So coming next one, match the following policies with their key focus areas. Key focus areas. So you have NP 1986, NEP 2020, and NCF 2005. NCF 2005. So which is that? Which is the answer? Match it. The most apt option that you know, match it. Answers? NEP 1986, NPA 2020, NCF 2005. So, like, basically you want to go with the like more like with the match of following with the most apt option that you know. NEP 1986, which one it goes with? NEP 2020. Yes. So that's actually what you have is A1, B2, C3, right? Because like A focus on national policy on 1986 focus on elementary education, universal access to elementary education. NEP 2020 focus on foundational literacy and numeracy. NCF learning without burden because like the curriculum framework was done on 2005. Without burden, the learning should happen. That was it. Next question. Which of the following statements is contrary to the statement no football players are kind-hearted human beings? No football players are kind-hearted human beings. No football players, which is the basic type, which is the proposition. No no football players are kind-hearted human beings. Those football fans, please forgive. So, this is a question. Just for the sake of a question, please forgive me. Okay. So, which is the one that is contrary to the statement? So, if this is the statement, which is the type that you should understand? Okay. Which is the proposition type? This is which is the basic proposition type? No SRP. It is E type. It is E type. Okay. So we have the square of opposition A, E, I, and O. And E, you should understand the contrary, right? Contrary. So contrary, you have a relationship with A and E. So obviously, if E is given, the contrary statement will be A. It is not contradictory, it is contrary. So what is A statement? The basic form of A is all SRP. That means all subject, that means all football players are kind-hearted human beings. That is why I told you contrary, read the question specifically, very clearly read, don't confuse it with contrary and contradictory. Clear? So no football players are kind-hearted human beings means the E type, it should be contrary to A. That is the relationship with A and E. So obviously the answer will be all players are kind-hearted human beings. Right? So that is the answer. All SRP. That is A type proposition. Logical reasoning, very important. The square of opposition is very important. Learn that. Yes, Raghava, we will be having a marathon session before net exam. Sure, we will be having. In a certain code language, jail is coded as 304, lawn is coded as 232. What is the code for Navy in that code language? Yes. Coding and decoding, very important. That you should know coding, decoding. Yes. So jail can I just do jail? How it is coded as 304. Maybe like you can go with the positional numbers if it is like. And first, if you do with the positional numbers, you won't be getting like as now I know the solution. So I'm just telling it, but it is a trial and error method. So as it is not coded with the positional numbers, I will go with the reverse position. So J, the reverse position is 17. That means with Q, reverse position. And A, the reverse position is 26 that you know. I, the reverse position is 18. Okay. L, the reverse position is 15. So you add all this. So 18 plus 15 plus 26 plus 17. Okay. So you add all this. So 18 plus 15, 33. 33 is 59. 59 is 76 it will be. Okay. Now, how many letters are there for? The code is actually 304, right? The code is actually 304. So how can you reach 304? How many letters are there for jail? 4 letters. So multiply with 4, you will get 304. 76 into 4 gives you 304, right? So let us check for the code for lawn, LAWN. Okay. So L, again, the code, the reverse position is 15. A is 26, W is 4, and N, it is 13. Okay. So add this 13 plus 4, 17. 17 plus 26, 43. 43 plus 15 is 58. So 58, how many letters are there? Into 4. So you get the code as 232. Right? So now we can go with Navy. Okay, Navi. Right? Navy. So Navy and the code is the reverse position is 13 plus 26 plus what is for V? V is fifth letter. What is for Y? The second letter. So what is the total number? What we have? 7, 33, and 46 into 4. So into 4 gives you 4 and it is 184 as the answer. Okay, 184. How many of you got it correct? Yes. Yes. It is 184. So many are getting the answers. Very good. Superb. I think my explanation is clear. You have to take the reverse position and then go with the number. How many letters are there or how many letters are there in the word? Multiply with that. That is the code. Okay. That's it. So, yes. Going with the next one. Which of the following are the characteristics of mass communication? Wide audience reach, personal interaction, delayed feedback, use of a medium, professional communicators, mass communication, mass communication. Maybe like what I do now, mass communication, communicating to a mass. Maybe like wide audience I have, personal interaction, delayed feedback, use of a medium, professional communicators. Okay, as I have an online, I don't have a delayed feedback, but when we have a mass communication, is it a like you see delayed feedback is there obviously. Mass communication. So can we go with the options? Yes, the answer is A, C, D, E. That is wide audience is there. Delayed feedback, obviously. Use of a medium is there. Professional communicators also should be because like to communicate with the mass or a very, very big group of people, you should be professional. Okay. So personal interaction is not there in mass communication. No, it cannot be done. That's what. Can we go with the next question, guys? What global initiative aims to promote women's economic empowerment, education, and health? Is it SDG? Is it Paris Agreement? Is it Kyoto Protocol? Or is it MDG? MDG? Yes. Is it Sustainable Development Goals or is it SDGs? Paris Agreement on 2015, Kyoto Protocol 1997, Millennium Development Goals, MDG. In like it should be, it's over by 2015. Now SDG is running up. By 2030s, it should be the aim is to or achieve by 2030. Just that is it 1, 2, 3. Like it's like women's economic. So when it comes to economic empowerment, it's not with Paris and Kyoto. It's all for the environmental. So obviously that 2 and 3 you can eliminate. So 1 and 4 it is the doubt whether it is SDG or MTG. So which is the global initiative that promotes women's economic empowerment, education, and health? That is Sustainable Development Goals. That's it. So guys, thank you. I want to tell you about something like we have a paper one dedicated course at Vallath. And like last time and also it was there. Like we have online classes, full-fledged revision classes, like concept-oriented classes we have. It will be starting on July. Uh, Please contact our office to join for paper one dedicated. If anybody is struggling of your friends, if anybody of your friends is struggling with paper one UGC net or NTA net, if they are struggling with paper one, please join for. You can join for paper one dedicated and it will be useful for them. So all the best, guys. We will meet on the marathon.